Hello everyone. Dobar dan kolegama iz Hrvatske. Thank you so much, Sylvia and Elke, for this opportunity to have a chat, conference, a talk about important things to us, which is eSafety. As introduction to our little chat, I opened a page of our project. Of course, you don't understand anything, it's installation. But on this project, 5 Croatian schools, we have students from 7 to 14, and we are trying to organize, to create a school curriculum, which will cover all topics needed for students to learn about eSafety. So the title is Safety of the Internet, Safety of the Children on the Internet, and this is part of our education and professional development. As a start, we on our last workshop, I just have to change my role to presenter. As on our last workshop, we started with this digital competence document, which was recently published by European Commission. And we agreed to use these 5 broad areas: information, communication, content creation, safety, and problem solving as a base practice for our school curriculum. Since we are at the beginning and we even didn't fill out our forms, acceptance form on eSafety label portal, we would like very much to hear advices from you, Elke. Let me just give a floor to Sylvia. Sylvia, will you say a few words to us before we start our warm discussion?
I didn't really understand the last question well. The sound was not really okay.
Okay, I just asked Sylvia, will she say something to us?
Hello.
But obviously Sylvia is not very much here. Okay, Elke, so we are at the beginning and
okay.
Oh, hi Sylvia.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
But yes. I can't see you.
You can't see me. Now?
Yes, now we see you.
Hello everybody. Yeah, this is kind of the first time we have actually an online chat on the eSafety label, thanks to the initiative of Lidija and also Elke. Thanks for accepting this. So yes, we are only very few people today, but there was still confusion with the link address, and you know, but maybe this is something that we could look into in the future for other topics as well. I think it's a really nice idea that Lidija had to exchange not only in the forum but also on the kind of in a more interactive and synchronous way via a chat. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to the discussion the 4 of you will have, and maybe, who knows, somebody else will still join us. I'll give the word back to you, Lidija.
Thank you, Sylvia. I just turned my camera off to don't put too much traffic on my internet connection, which is usually slow. Thank you, Sylvia. I agree with you. I think that cooperation, collaboration, communication between schools in the European Union are very important, especially in this area of eSafety. So, Elke, we are now very patiently and very focused listening to you. So could you please tell us more about your personal and your school experience with eSafety and eSafety label?
Yeah, okay. Well, actually, our school has not done so much yet because we only were enrolled in the project in June. So in June, we wrote a letter to the minister that we wanted to start with the project. In July, we got the confirmation that we were allowed to join the project, and so I wanted to start it in September, but in September we had inspection coming by at school, so it was really crowded and busy at school. So I didn't have a lot of time to do something with it already. We actually already filled in a the question list on the eSafety website, and we got an action plan out of that. So, and we are planning to do something with that action plan in the next coming years, of course.
What are your experience after filling that assessment form and getting action plan? Is it action plans useful? I mean, is it pointing out the right direction for your school?
I think the action plan was for our school really good because we noticed where our weak points and our strong points, and we now know we still have a lot to do on eSafety at school.
Well, I agree with you because when we were in Brussels, our colleagues from 5 schools checked that assessment form, and we just said, no, we don't have this, we don't have that, and we never heard about this, so it was kind of a rough start, I think. So, what are some strong sides of your school in area of eSafety?
Strong points. I think our equipment. We have a lot of computers, we have good internet connection, that material we have, but using the material in a correct way is something different, of course.
Okay. In this project we are working on, we also have, I think, enough equipment, and we are buying new tablets for a school. So, like you, I think equipment wouldn't be a trouble. What area you decided to start first? Teachers, parents, students, or something else?
Well, we first now changed our server and the profiles on, because each student now just got their own login, their own profile, which they use to log in on a computer at school. It had been different in the past, and everybody could delete or change others' documents before. They can't do that now anymore. So there was urgent need to do that.
Okay, and how have you done this?
We bought a new server because the other one was really old, and created a completely new Active Directory with new profiles in it for every student with different rights on the different systems in school.
Oh, great. So if we organize a server and Active Directory in school, that could give us the same thing as you have.
Can you repeat that?
You only needed server and Active Directory to do that.
Active Directory is the main structure on the server, which indicates who has which rights.
Okay, I've never tried that. Did you have some outsourcing, some experts to do that, or you teachers in school could have done that?
We have a special teacher at school that had an ICT education, so he knows how to do it. But you should have a specialist that knows how to work with the server and things like that.
Okay, thank you for that. Darko and Vedran, I hope you are writing notes. So we have to find solution like that one, because in my school is like you said before, everybody has access to almost everything, and we don't have any special login and some stuff like that.
We had it for 7 years, like that, past years also like that.
Okay, then we are not so much behind you. Yeah, okay.
Network this, and everybody could put these documents on it, but also everybody could delete the documents for others or renew them. That was really a big problem because some students made a big task during noon. They didn't finish it, but they saved it on the desk and they wanted to work on it the next day, but the next day it could appear that the task was deleted by who knows who. So that was really stupid. But now they have different rights, different this, completely new now.
Okay, is it possible with that software to track which sites students visit on internet I mean, any way of using internet via web browser?
We also have new software for that. It's called Your Safety Net. It's a special software that we install on all the computers, and it blocks certain sites, and we can indicate what students may see or may not see. So they can't go on Facebook, for example.
Oh, could you write the name of that program in chat?
Yes, I'll do.
I think we are better in writing than in spelling in English.
But I think it's something Dutch from Belgium and Holland. I don't know if it's really international. I looked it up on internet. Maybe.
Okay, we could check it out. After all, I used only Microsoft Family Safety. It has some sort of blocking and restrictions, but I think it's not that powerful as you mentioned. Okay, I have read it. Okay, so let's move from equipment. Let's pretend we organize everything according to your advices. Do you organize some lessons, or did you find some way how to put eSafety, any kind of topics about eSafety in curriculum?
I don't understand the question very well.
Okay. Did you manage to put some topics about eSafety in teaching, like in mathematics, in a science class or a language class or something like that?
No, not yet, because we just heard about eSafety at the end of last school year and just starting with it. And I hope we can do something with it the next years, and that we can integrate it into the lessons of informatics and languages and other lessons. But at this moment, we have not done a lot with it in lessons yet.
Okay. Do you have ICT or informatics as a subject in your school?
Yes, we have. I'm informatics.
Does all classes have it as a subject?
They have it in the first and second year, 1 hour every 2 weeks, and the third and fourth year, they have 1 hour every week, all students. Yes.
Okay, so all of them have something, not so much, but something. Is it curriculum for informatics ICT available somewhere online so we could look at it?
At what? At?
Is it curriculum for informatics available somewhere on the internet?
Yeah, but it will all be in Dutch. The leerplannen, call it, it will only be in our mother language.
Google knows all the languages, and and for that rough idea, it will be okay. So when you have time after this chat, if you could send it to me just as a reference.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you. Is there in that informatics curriculum already something about eSafety?
Yeah, but only just a little part, like, oh, the cell phone goes off. I really have to pick up.
Okay.
Hallo en Elke. Ik weet niet waar Maarten is. Sorry, ga ik roepen even van mensen. Maarten! Dora heeft u nodig, die van topdesk staan daar. One moment, I'm coming back immediately.
Okay. Sylvia, now you have to start talking.
No, I was just wondering, I mean, I typed my question in the chat, but I'm happy with you leading the session, so.
I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry that phone that there was someone down for something of informatics, but my colleague will go get the people.
Usually. Sylvia wrote us a question in the chat asking about teachers and their involvement in projects.
And typed in the same time, so I'm only talking now. I should also write in the same time, or?
No. I was just wondering, while you were talking, I triggered some question and I thought maybe, so I don't forget them. Yeah, I was just wondering, you said that, so you became aware of the whole scope of the eSafety end of last year, and you didn't have so much time yet to really think how you can well, you started with the servers, but there's other items that you still want to do, but next year. And I was just wondering if, even if you haven't approached the topic so much with the pupils yet, if there's been maybe in the teacher room conversation around eSafety or something?
At this moment, it's actually only the colleagues that are responsible for ICT at school that know about it. So it's only a real small group at school that's aware of it and that knows that we're going to work on it, but there's so much to do on a lot of other domains that we first need to do before we can really implement it in lessons, I think.
And do you have the support of your headmaster?
Yeah, he came with the project to me. So
okay.
Both that told me about it and said, I want to do this at our school. Can you take care of it and start with it?
Do you think, I don't know, do you have sometimes like meetings where all the teachers get together and discuss various topics that are relevant for the school?
Now immediately or
no, in general, like, do you meet, is there several times a year a meeting with all the teachers of the schools where school topics are discussed? Or
we do have some meetings during the year, but most of the time it's the director that presents things to teachers, and not that we really have a platform to communicate with each other all at the same time.
Because I think what could be, I mean, again, like you say, there's many things that you're tackling, so I can't say what has more priority or not, but I think it would probably be good to have a meeting about the more like non-technical areas of eSafety with the other teachers to make them aware, like what you learned while joining the project, that they also understand that the scope is a lot bigger and that it's not only a matter for the ICT teachers.
Yeah, I know when we are planning to do that. But
great.
There was so much to do this first month, so yeah, we just really haven't time to put others together already.
But it's good to know that it's planned.
Yeah, I hope to inform my colleagues and tell them that we're working on it, and I would like to put the label on the website that people know we're working on it, and write a letter to the parents of the kids that they know we do something with it.
Great.
But I think we first need to work and think out what exactly we're going to do or how we are going to put it into lessons and things like that.
Yeah, thanks.
You mentioned some letters to the parents. What did you mean with that? What will you write to parents?
To inform them that we started with the project eSafety and what it's all about, inform them about the project and what our goals will be the next year and things like that.
Oh, interesting. Because we usually inform parents at the end, but I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, so that they know that school is working on it.
Do you plan some involvement of parents?
An info moment. I don't think we will organize an info moment for them to come to the school. I think it will be only by letter or by email.
Oh, okay. What structure what steps in a project you plan to do this school year?
This school year, my notes. We already have a day that we work on cyberbullying. I think we will like to extend that a little more to the whole school, because now it was only for the first grade.
You organize some workshop about cyberbullying or what?
Yeah, it's sort of workshop. It's during one day that they work on that theme.
Okay. So whole day you dedicated to this topic.
Excuse me?
Did you use one whole day for that?
I don't understand.
You said that you use one day to talk about cyberbullying.
Yes.
I was asking, is it the whole day or just one school lesson or?
It's a whole day that they work on ICT. They do different things, and one of the things they do on that day, but I think it's like a whole afternoon, is on cyberbullying. There is a play them about cyberbullying. They also look at the video, they talk about it, so it's a topic that day.
Okay, very interesting. And how did you like it? Was the results good? Were comments from students, teachers?
I should ask my colleagues actually, because I'm not responsible for the project. There are two colleagues of mine in first grade that do the project organizers and.
Okay, thank you for that information as well. What else do you plan? Do you plan to start with the acceptable use policy, or you mean it's good to let it to later stage of a project?
We haven't looked at that yet.
Well, neither we did too. That's the reason I ask you. We are postponing it to some later activities in the project.
I see.
Okay. Well, Julia, I read your question. I know Darko is in class. I'm not sure could he talk to us, but maybe Blanca and Vedran could talk to us. Vedrane, hoćeš li se uključiti govorom, javiti se? Darko? Well, I think they're too shy for talking, it seems to.
Or they
Okay, Darko can't answer us. They're in class. Blanca, would you like to talk to us? Ask Elke, Silvia some questions? Yeah. I think all of my colleagues are still in their classes because the lecture time is still going on.
they have lessons on Wednesday afternoon.
Yes, they still have. Okay, Vedrane, čujemo te? It seems, no. Sorry, Sylvia, I have to disappoint you. It seems that.
That's a pity. Maybe it would be nice to know, kind of in general, if we are thinking about doing a talk like this again. What generally is a good time? If there is such a thing as a good time.
I thought all people would have been free this afternoon. I was mistaken, apparently.
Well, my general idea about good time is about 6 when I come back home.
In Belgium, every school, every teacher, Wednesday afternoon is free. So I thought it was stupid of me that in the whole Europe, Wednesday afternoon would be no classes.
No, Darko is in a big school. They have more than 1,000 students, and they work in the morning and in the afternoon. My school finishes around 1:30, but we are not usually a free afternoon. Not all of the teachers.
Oh no! On Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday we also have whole day, but on Wednesday, like it's always been like that in Belgium. We only have half a day of lessons.
And good. When you have a full day, at what time do you finish with the students?
3:40.
3:40.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if kind of like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock would be another opportunity for, just in general, if we were to plan something similar again.
Yeah, for me it's okay to do it on 4 p.m. or something like that.
Yeah, for me as well. Yeah.
And Lidija, how is it? What's the progress on the Croatian schools on they are, end of November, we said they would fill in the assessment form?
Yeah, that was the idea. We didn't started filling assessment form, but we had workshops in all of our 5 schools, and we showed portal eSafety label to all of them. So now all teachers, like 200 teachers in those schools, knew about the portal and information which are available there. We still plan to do assessment form this month, so we could have some data for comparison in a year when we do it. We already had one more workshop with Carl Hopwood last week in Croatia, a 5 days workshop with lots of resources, video materials, textbooks, guides, and so on. So teachers are now started to work on resources for a school curriculum. We are still in education research phase, so web is building slowly. You could see results there, and if somebody would be interested, web pedzanet.hr has I can't show you here, but it has the link for translation to English. So if somebody wants to check resources, it will be available in English as well. Silvia, what are your information from other schools, from other countries? What are their experience about eSafety label and progress and action plan? What they decide to go first? Do you have some recommendations for us?
I think it really depends on the school, because some schools are really strong or are stronger in the infrastructure bit, but then they might need to focus on the practice, while other schools maybe need to focus, like in ALPEU schools, on the infrastructure first. It really, I don't think there is a one solution fits all. I think it's really the kind of take the assessment, the action plan, look at it, see what kind of you think you should focus on and what is also doable in your schools. If if there's a training opportunity coming up that doesn't cost anything in your country, then why not go and use it and benefit from that? But if you don't have that and you get new server systems, then of course putting in a structure, the right structure right at the beginning would probably be a better thing. So I don't think there's a global solution for all.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe somebody decides, okay, first we will look on policies and then we will look on a practice or whatever.
Yeah, well, I think ALPEU said like they were focusing on the infrastructure first. That's what I understood, and they are now looking into this year bringing it more out in the other areas, such as the practice and the curriculum and these things. But it's a process.
Yeah, you do it all at the same time. So much you have to work on it. Yeah, you have to start somewhere. So.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of flexibility in your curriculum, or kind of like because what I generally always heard from the teachers is that the curriculum is so tight that it's so difficult to already do the things that are in the curriculum to kind of, so I thought it was interesting when you said you had a whole day dedicated to ICT and you were able to integrate cyberbullying there. I think that's really great. But do you think it's easy to add a little bit of eSafety into the curriculums, like maybe in Dutch lesson or in ICT lessons, or do you think you don't have much room to maneuver at all?
You do have right when you say that the curriculum is really full in most lessons. That's true. So it will be difficult to put it in some lessons, but I think it must be possible to start with little small things. It can just be a thing a teacher says, or you use it this way, or you should do it that way. You use computers. It should not always be a complete lesson you dedicate to.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do it with just tiny things also to work on. So, yeah, if you go with your class to a computer room, even for looking up on the internet for French or Dutch, or I don't know which language, that if you see a pupil is using internet wrong, that you just say you should not do this way or you do it the other way. Just by saying such little things, you can also work on eSafety, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's then where the awareness of the teachers in the subjects is important.
Yeah.
Do you have an acceptable use policy?
What?
An acceptable use policy?
Not really.
Not really. No, because it's kind of a 3-page document, 2 to 4 pages depending.
Yes.
And the idea is that every teacher who joins kind of like reads it through and signs it, and that way they get, it's a nice way of making them aware on the items that they need to pay attention to. Yes. So in a way, if you wanted to make it a policy in a school that you have in situations like where you use the internet or maybe some discussion in Dutch lesson, or I don't know, that teachers then are aware of, maybe that they incorporate that into the lesson.
Yeah. Would be interesting, yes.
Lidija, what about the Croatian teachers? Do they have, is their curriculum very strict, or is it fairly, like, how much flexibility do the teachers have to integrate eSafety, for example, into the curriculum?
If you look on a specific subject, then curriculum is very tight. Just as you said, nobody has enough time to do whatever it says in a subject curriculum, not even spare some time. But our intention in this project is to build school curriculum which is added to national curriculum for a subject. So we are not aiming to any specific subject. We are planning resources for 10 hours, 10 lessons per school year. So it could be added wherever teacher find time. So it could be in a lesson dedicated to the whole class. We call it as a teacher leader lesson. Mm-hmm. It's not a subject lesson. It's I don't know the proper English term for it. Mm-hmm. We also have some extracurricular activities which doesn't have specific curriculum, and we are aiming to those lectures as well. I think we could be sure that in every school year, 10 hours could be found during the 35 weeks of a school year to dedicate it to eSafety. We didn't aim to something big like 35, 70 hours, like 1 hour per week, but 10 hours per school year could be good. And if we build on that, we will have 80 hours during our primary education. We have grades from 1 to 8, and I think it would be a good base for eSafety. That was basically ideal for this project because we couldn't change curriculum for ICT or informatics, couldn't change curriculum for mathematics or any other subject, so we tried to build on that subject.
Mm-hmm. And how do you practically organize it then? Who teaches the 10 lessons? Is it the one that
well, we will, these 2 years we are developing resources like textbooks, guides, multimedia resources, and in September next year we will try that in our schools. Idea is that in classes 1 to 4, class teacher, like a teacher who is teaching primary subjects, will do that for their students. And in grades 5 to 8, other ICT teacher or a class leader or whoever is interested could do that. It would be like after hours, so it won't be in the regular schedule. When we find a free time, then we will do it. How that sounds for you?
Well, if we find free time, that will be the problem, I think, at our school.
Well, we usually have 6 hours per day for a lesson, for a subject. So 7th hour could be used for something extra. You can't do that in your school?
No, each day the lessons are fixed and they know which lessons they have, and you cannot put an extra lesson to it and oblige the pupils to stay.
Oh, we can do that. Well, efficiently it will be like 1 hour every month, because our school year lasts 10 months, so 10 hours is 1 hour every month, and it doesn't sound too much for a school year. At least that was my idea, because we couldn't interfere with subject curriculum, so this is the only way we could build a project and develop some resources. I hope we won't have some obstacles in working time. And how do you plan to work on your development, your action plan?
Well, same as you say, I think first look at resources and build up the material you want to use in the lessons, and then think about it, how we would practically organize the lessons. Because I don't know yet how to do it.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to hear how you manage to do it and how we manage to do it. Do you think subject teachers will be interested to use some of the materials in their curriculum?
It will not be easy to convince them, I think, because most subject teachers want to teach their own subject and they don't have time and space to do anything extra. But I hope we can, just, how do you say, I don't know how to translate them, to involve them anyway, and to make them aware that it's necessary that everyone works on it, and that they don't have to spend a whole lesson on it, but like I said, by doing little small things, they already help us.
Okay, so we pretty much have the same idea how we will deal with it. Yeah, Celia, do you have some recommendations for us?
No, I don't think so. I was just thinking in my head, if there is kind of, I was thinking about some of the resources that are just like a little film clip or something, and I think some of them are really nice to raise awareness, because in my opinion it all comes back to awareness raising, and in a way, like I participated in the Safer Internet Forum, and also there everything in the end always came about, you know, it's not about restricting, it's not about filtering. You might want to do certain of these things as well, but in the end it's more about being ready for it. Actually, kids that are more at risk are the ones who were very sheltered, because sooner or later they'll find a way, be it at friends' places or whatever, and they access the site, and then if they haven't learned how to deal with them, how to recognize danger, then they're much more at risk than users who actually are very advanced and have, you know, built the ability to judge between kind of risky sites and non-risky sites. And I'm just wondering, like, I don't know whether you saw the link that I put in the newsletter yesterday. This is from the Safer Internet Center, the Greek Safer Internet Center, a film clip that I think they want to put into like cinemas in order to again reach awareness. And it's a 10-minute clip that won an Oscar, and I think, well, one, I don't know whether it's not an Oscar, but it's won at some film festival, and I think it's like you say, Elke, like for you, before last year, you weren't aware of the whole things that go on there. And I think the interest of doing something about it comes with awareness. So I wonder whether, like, you know, if you had teachers look at some of these little video clips and be it, you know, put it on during a break in a meeting or whatever, while people have I mean, this is just my own thinking, because it does trigger thoughts, and that's what, in my opinion, is needed to get a conversation going and to be willing. I don't know how you see that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it will be important that teachers know more about it, get more informed, and that they see the importance of it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good idea to do something with the link in the video. Maybe I can put it on Smart School, that's our electronical platform, e-learning platform. We can put messages on it that everybody can see, teachers and students. And I might ask if I can put a link to the video on that platform, for instance.
Yeah. No, because also kind of like the other thing that I thought was interesting from the Safer Internet Forum that came out was that, okay, there are people, teachers, who don't really want to go near the computer because they don't really know, and then the kids know better, or the technology fails, and all these things. So the media literacy is often higher in younger people than in older people. Not for everybody, of course, but there is this tendency. But at the same time, the understanding of how it all connects, how the business models behind it are, or what it means if you have your whole private life exposed, that's something where the older people have life experiences, maybe not through the internet, but through other means of their life, and in a way that there also is an exchange on that. I thought that was a very interesting point in the conference, because like if you're young, if you don't realize that maybe certain things that you might post online, what consequences they have. And this is something I think that the teachers,
they already went to solicitation, and they didn't get fired because of pictures on Facebook and things like that. They tell them to the pupils that they should be aware of that. Might be interesting.
Yeah. It's just basically whatever you post on the internet, you can't take away anymore, and that's something like I think it's really a message that needs to get across. That you don't write something on the internet if you're angry. Better take a step backwards and think about it first, and then go back. Like it's all these little things, and I think, like you said, and this is Lidija, you asked me before what the teacher feedback was. No, at this point I don't know exactly what part of the action plan teachers have implemented, and have they implemented anything. I mean, I put a blog post up for this month to see a poll up for this month to see a little bit what teachers say. But one comment that I have received was that basically they realized how big eSafety is, that it's not just about protecting your servers from the viruses. And I think then I think in a Dutch lesson where you, for example, need to practice presentations, creation of presentations, or discussion groups on creation lessons, doesn't matter, or even language lessons. In a way, you need to practice skills, and you need a topic. Now, I don't know whether the curriculum says what topic it is, but I think I could imagine once the language teacher realizes that actually eSafety is not just about a technical issue that they want to have nothing to do with because it's too complicated, too tricky, but it's actually about skills that a person has to be, polite, to not put something on the internet or whatever. I think you can really build a lesson around discussion around a topic like that. And there are these films, like the film I posted in the newsletter, that, in my opinion, really can kick off a discussion. Kind of, yeah.
It's interesting if they indeed, without putting extra lessons in other people's curriculum, they can do something about eSafety and implement it in their lessons, like you say, in discussions, or they need to learn to argue and use arguments. They can do it instead of another subject that is in the book. They can do it on eSafety or things like that.
Yeah, I think something like that would, like if I was a teacher, I don't know the curricula and everything, but to me, when I see some of these resources, I really think, man, this would be great to just get kids think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, because it's their world, and they know. And,
I think all us agreed about that technical issues are not problem that we really have to deal with behavior and attitude and responsibility and awareness. I didn't check out that video, but now I'm very tempted to see it immediately because you talked so good about it. Okay, I will just share it with my colleagues and we just start using it. Carl Hopwood shares a lot of videos as ideas and resources. Very good for discussion, just like you mentioned. And we are starting with the translation because we would like to have at least subtitles in Croatian because we couldn't teach our students in English all the time, although it would be easier with all resources. Elke, do you have enough resources in Dutch for your students about eSafety?
Yeah, I think so, but in Belgium, students speak really good English, so I can even use English material in lessons from Turkey on, so that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Elke, do you have an account at is it Kennisnet? I was thinking Kennisnet.
Yeah, like hot potatoes and.
No, I just realized on the if you search on the eSafety label for Dutch resources, you see a lot of resources from. Just give me a second.
Kennisnet. Yeah,
I think it's Kennisnet, and you have to have an account. And I was just wondering if this is common for Belgian teachers to have an account there or not.
Not really, I think. I don't know. I actually don't talk about it with my colleagues. I don't know if they have it or not. But yeah, I'm a member of a lot of things on the internet for teachers, I think.
But on Klassenment, do you have an account on Klassenment?
Yeah, I do have an account on Klassenment. Yes.
And most
where there's a lot of material for a lot of subjects.
And do most Dutch teachers or most Flemish teachers have an account on Klassenment?
I think they know it, but I don't think at my school a lot of teachers use it. But I think there are a lot of teachers in Belgium that use it, but at my school I don't think so much.
Okay, and is this account, is it for free or do you have to pay something?
It's for free.
It's free, okay. Well, we have 6 minutes left.
Yes, this is just my idea. Okay, girls, check on the clock. Oh, we really filled full hour with talking, and it was just 3 of us.
I still have a question for you. Mobile phones, are they allowed in your school, or how do you? What's your regulation on mobile phones?
Well, mobile phones are allowed in my school. Our regulation is that students can't use it during the class, well, unless there is some class activity connected with mobile devices, but we still don't have such activities. So usually students just turn sound on their mobile phones and keep it in their bag. And in case of some mishappen, so if the mobile phone rings during the class or they are playing with the mobile phones, we just took it and give it to the principal and send notice to the parents. They have to come to school to pick it up.
Wow.
We have regulations which say that recording and taking photos by students is not allowed in the schools.
Yeah.
How is your experience in your school?
Well, until last year it was completely forbidden. They could have a cell phone, of course, in their bag or so, but they could never use it, not even during playtime, never. It was forbidden. If we saw a cell phone, we took it immediately, took it to the principal, and at the end of the day, they got their cell phone back. But since this year, it's changed, and they can use their cell phone now during playtime, only outdoors on the playground. But in the building, they are still not allowed to use their cell phone, not on any moment. So it's kind of same like you. They put it on silent. They are not allowed to use it, and when they do use it or play with it, they take it away. And at the end of the day, they can pick it up at the secretary.
Did you took a lot of cell phones?
Already me, no, not one yet. Not for my students in my class, but sometimes when I walk into the corridor between two lessons, I see a student phoning. That's not allowed, and I already took a phone away from students.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that my students are mostly texting. I don't remember when I saw someone talking on the phone, but we didn't punish them if they are doing it in a lesson break in the hall, because we didn't allow them to go outside. So yeah, they remain in the school while having breaks. But okay, so
no one is allowed to go out either. But yeah, you have a playground where everybody counts.
That's good.
They're allowed to use their phone, but not inside the building.
I have one last question for the two of you.
Yes.
Do you think this kind of exchange, now that we've had it, and okay, we were only 3 people, but would you be interested in having this again? And if so, on a different topic, maybe in half a year, or I don't know, or do you think it's something that we could kind of like start a discussion on the forum and then see if you know people would be interested, or I don't know, or do you have also, okay, for you, Lidija, you have the, of course, you meet with the Croatian teachers several times, so you have plenty of opportunity to exchange between each other. But I don't know for Elke, if you have some contacts with some Flemish teachers.
No, not yet actually. Just at our school itself. But yeah, it would be interesting, I think, to hear from other schools in Belgium how it works. But I went on the forum yesterday, and I saw that there's also not so much activity or people saying something. So I don't know how to read them.
Mm-hmm. There is, well, yeah, there is a little activity. The Belgians are the most active, actually, but still there's not so much yet. But I think it will change because, like right now, we have over 350 teachers registered on the site, but not everybody has filled in their. About half of them have filled in their profile, I think. And right now, 80 schools have submitted the assessment form, and it's not really been very big marketed and published yet, but I think on Safer Internet Day, so 11th February 2014, there we will really announce it more big time, and I think then we will have a lot more teachers. Right now it's kind of still in some way a pilot thing, but I think it would, like, so I think the more users you have, the more interactions you will get, because if you look at statistics, I think it's 5% of the users normally that are active. But it's very low. It's maybe it's more. It depends also on the platform, but it's kind of like the people who write something themselves, and then you have, so out of all the people, you have a certain amount who reads, then you have a certain amount who's active, but it's not so high. So I think more teachers, then there will be more exchange, but also I don't know. Are you aware, Elke, from the newsletters and all these things? Are you aware that essentially to get silver, you have to contribute to the community to show really either upload evidence or answer in the forum? Are you aware of that?
Not really. I didn't know actually how to get the silver medal or the gold medal. But
okay, because
never communicated or indicated really clear.
I think I've made some comments in the newsletter, but maybe they weren't clear enough. Like it also depends on your score, but it's you will not be able to get silver with just the submission of the assessment form, because anybody can fill in an assessment form.
Yeah.
Yeah. So therefore, it's needed that you upload some evidence and you also give back to the community. And in fact, gold, the idea for gold is that you are really an active user who shares a lot. So nobody is right now in reach of gold. We don't have these users, but I think in the future that hopefully will come, that there are some people who really want to share their knowledge and embark on that path. Did you see the graph on your school in comparison
with other schools?
Yeah. What did you think
I
about that?
looked at both graphs. Yeah, the graph where you compare with all countries and then your own country, and then you could only see the other graph that, where the 0 was middle and that when the right was better and the left was worse. Yeah, I looked at it. It was interesting.
Did the graph kind of confirm where your strengths and weaknesses were, or was it a surprise?
No, it was like I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to have more webinars, conferences, whatever you call this. Maybe it would be a good idea that you announce a month or two earlier some specific topics. Because for me, it's very interesting to hear opinion of teachers from other countries, so we could share our expertise.
Yes.
I think it would be good, because if we think about just one country or our country, I have lots of connections in Croatia, but I'm always happy to hear what is going on in Belgium and to get some good practice examples which we can use in my school. So Sylvia, just go on. Oh, Elke now will be first visitors on your next chat, webinar, whatever. You can count on us, I think.
I think what's actually nice from what I don't know, but like when the Croatian teachers were here, I was thinking it was probably nice that they could exchange, that they are all at the beginning, that nobody felt they're the only ones who don't, that you're all in the same boat. I could imagine that that's important to teachers to know as well.
Yes, definitely. We are all in the same mess to find a way out. And eSafety is a common ground, is a common topic. I think it really is important to all of us, not depending on the kind of school we are working or a country or experience we have. That's my point.
That's true.
And I prefer online chats, webinars more than forums. Sort of forums are old.
Okay. Yeah.
And everybody could check your spelling if you write in a forum.
I know Google is not very good at translating only, but there's also good spell checking sites out there.
Yeah, you could translate from a Dutch to Croatian and see the mess you create. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you all for being here, and my colleagues who kept silent all the way. I hope they gained some experience, as they will talk to me later in Croatian. Elke, thank you so much for time and all those communication and messages. And Sylvia, thank you for support. I think this is the important part. You are not basically a teacher, and thank you for listening all our troubles and ideas and whatever we are sharing.
No, I think the feedback is really important, because I mean, otherwise there is a risk, you get out of touch with the real world, and I think that's not in the interest of anybody. So I'll put a little blog up on the forum. Feel free to reply to it for some activity.
Okay, good.
Maybe, because I think if there's other teachers that are interested in these sessions, that's how you build it up. That's how you make it known. And if you say this was very useful and you would like it again, maybe there's some other people who also express an interest.
Yeah. We could share this experience, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Lidija, as well, for the next step, and Sylvia for moderating.
Yeah. Okay. Now we are connected.
I will still send you the curriculum for the informatics lesson, but it will be in Dutch then. I hope Google will translate it.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing, because reaching curriculums in different countries is a very hard task. I already tried to search for it, but with little luck. So thank you. This is very valuable for us.
Lidija, one more question. You had or you will have a chat with English teachers?
We are going to London and Bradford first week in December. We are traveling there.
Okay, because maybe I don't know, first week December, also in a month from now. I don't know, maybe something could be done around that as well. If you know, maybe you can share some things in the forum after it happened, or if you want, if you think there's a
I couldn't promise you a live connection from there because I don't know will we have internet or in the hotels or whatever. But after that, I could share experience. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know the British teachers seem to be really advanced in some of these topics, and I don't know the school you visiting or not, but that could be very interesting to have to have their opinion.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I also think they are very advanced comparing to us, but we'll see.
You'll
are
see.
visiting them.
You still have a month. Who knows? Maybe in a month you're as advanced.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good idea. Okay. So thank you for this time and see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Like this.
Bye.